All right, guys, this Frequency Friday is going to be brief. Let's answer some questions that I got in the old inbox. Thomas Wallace writes, God, I hope you answer. I'm not God. My name is Ron, but I will try to answer here, Thomas. I'm for the first time actually buying something for sound quality, and your reviews have been my Bible. I hope not. Laugh out loud. I decided on the Spatials after your review. My fiance and I are temporarily moving into an apartment, and your opinion that these speakers would also be excellent in a small room made my life easier, as I can buy these and actually not have to get bookshelves. I need your opinion on the electronics. Do you think tubes would work well with these? I'm contemplating tubes or the PS Audio Stellar Gain Cell stack. PS Audio is giving me $1,000 credit for my old Marantz AVR, so I can get the stack for like $2,000. And from what I can tell, they have an excellent reputation. You used a Sprout and had good things to say. This should be the same, but with more weight behind it. Please give me your opinion. Don't hold back. I know I trust your opinion, and no, I really have no idea what I'm doing. It won't hurt my feelings, bro. Please help me so I can make as good of a first purchase as possible. Okay, Thomas. So, a couple of things. Thank goodness in your subject line you put Help Spatial Turbo M4s, because otherwise I would have had no idea which spatials you're talking about. Now, we already have a problem. I didn't review the Turbo M4s. So that's a completely different speaker, completely different network. Everything is different in the M4 turbos than in the M3s. I would love to be able to answer this with perfect accuracy, but the reality is, and I get a lot of emails like this, Thomas, where I don't know about those particular speakers. But what I do know is this. If we're talking about, am I going to be okay with a dipole or open baffle speaker in a small space? The answer is probably yes. Most likely, based on my experience, yes. Anytime that you have a dipole or open baffle speaker, you're going to be minimizing room effects. You're not going to have as many room issues as you would with a traditional dynamic ported speaker, even bookshelf speakers that have a port. So you're on the right track, no doubt about that. In regards to the second part of your question, asking about the PS Audio gain cell stack, again, I've never reviewed it. I have no idea how that gear sounds, but I do know that it is been well reviewed. And it seems to me across the board that everybody thinks that the gain cell stack is awesome. So I think you would be making a fine decision if you decided to go that route. What's interesting, though, is that you're also asking about tubes and spatials, and I would say that is peanut butter and jelly. My favorite combo of all time with the spatials was the Amps and Sound Stereo 15. So this is a 15-watt EL84 tube amplifier. And for me, that combo was amazing. But I don't know what the current price is of the Stereo 15. I know that it's more expensive than when I reviewed the Stereo 15. So check out ampsandsound.com. And yeah, that was my favorite combo. That was unbelievable. All right, this is from Doug. And Doug is asking, he says, hello, Ron. I'm sorry to bother you as I know your plate must be full, but I need some advice. I am building a second system for a cabin I spend summers at. I built some CSS Audio 215s with the upgraded crossovers and plugged them into my home system's Primaluma HP integrated and was blown away. These little guys kick some serious butt. But I want to try something solid state gear and see what that brings to the experience. The source will be a Lumen T2 DAC, so with cost a factor, but incredible sound a prerequisite, where does a guy go? First watt? And if so, what preamp? I was thinking about the new Schiit Audio Freya Plus for the pre due to its low cost and excellent reviews, but I'm up for anything. What would you buy? Any advice would be greatly appreciated, and thank you very much for the hard work that you do. Thanks for your time, Doug. All right, Doug. CS Audio 215s. Let me check on something here real quick. All right, so 8 ohms, and they don't. That's really interesting. They don't show the sensitivity of those speakers on here. Huh. Okay. That's really weird. Hey, Creative Sound Solutions, you guys get with the program. There's no there's no sensitivity. All right, man. Well, okay, well, Doug, back to your question. So, like you, I would be really curious about the Schiit Audio stuff. The Schiit Audio Freya Plus also has my attention. I would love to get my grubby hands on one and see what the fuss is all about with the Schiit Audio stuff. Kevin, who is a frequent on the channel, hey Kev, he's dabbled with some Schiit Audio stuff and he's been really happy with it. I would be curious about that myself. And their new kind of sort of Class A power amp, the new continuity power amplifier, sort of Class A, $799. Yeah. I would probably do that combo before I did the Freya Plus and a first watt power amplifier. I'd probably keep it in the Schiit Audio family and explore that. That's what I would do, my opinion. Now I would take the time to find out the sensitivity of those speakers since it's not listed, and I would double check that, and I would find out whether or not 20 watts RMS into 8 ohms is going to be enough. If it's not, then I would say you would realistically want to take a look at the Vidar. This guy's going to be fine. It's 100 watts per channel. So stick with the Schiit Audio stuff. Try that out. That's what I would do. I mean, you're already interested in one of their preamps, so get one of their power amps. This is not sponsored by Schiit Audio. I've actually tried emailing them like 1,000 times and they don't return my emails. So yeah, Schiit Audio, let's dance. So yeah, so there's that. All right, this is in from Charlie Matthews. Hi, Ron. Love your reviews, especially the GR Open Baffle speaker, non-review question mark. Yeah, that was kind of a non-review. Quick question. I am either going to have Danny send me the NX Otica speaker kit or wait until you have settled in and listened to them in comparison to the Open Baffle Pure Audio Project speakers sitting against your wall. I have heard the trio horn speakers once at RMAF and I was just floored. Zev played a cut from, I can't say this, Ramirez's something or another. I can't pronounce this. And I felt like I was sitting in the chapel where the piece had been recorded. So, after you are done with your reviews of the two speakers, I would appreciate you posting your opinion, which I will do. By the way, you do great work, and I love your interaction with your daughter. Thank you. She is awesome. I have been there, and watching you brings back warm memories of me having my daughter sit down with me and listening to my rig. That's awesome, man. Blessings to you and your family. Well, right back at you, brother. Okay. So the NX Oticas have been my reference for a couple of years. I just haven't talked about the Oticas until now. In terms of some key differences between the NX Oticas and what I've heard out of the Pure Audio Project Quintet 10s is, okay, most open baffles, including the Pure Audio Project, when it comes to the mid-range, it does kind of this sort of a thing. And it's, when you hear it, it's like you just can't ignore it. It almost has this sort of like a DSP type of effect. And some people are more sensitive to it than others. With the NX Oticas, one of the design elements of that speaker is that Danny uses a wing on the side, and what he's trying to, well, no, not what he's trying to do, what he is doing is he is minimizing phase cancellation throughout the midband. And so I think I said that right. Danny will correct me if I didn't get that perfect, but look, the end result is this. The mid-range sounds so right, and it doesn't do this, and it doesn't have this kind of hall reverb type of an effect to it. It sounds real and accurate and precise, and yet it has heft and it has weight and it has body and it has texture. So it's like, well, gosh, I think that the mid-range on the NX Oticas might be perfect. So there's at least a small glimpse as to what I feel is one of the biggest differences between those two speakers. Now, that's not to say that the Pure Audio project is a slouch by any stretch, and you might listen to those speakers, considering especially with the configuration that I have has a full range, there might be some cohesive attributes that full range brings to the table that you really like, and there might be a texture in there that you are fond of. You're going to have to wait for the review because I haven't dived in deep enough to really explore all of that. But there you go. That's my 2 cents. All right, guys, 3 questions. Let's keep this ball rolling. Send me emails, ron@newrecordday.com if you have questions, if you want my opinion on gear that you're buying or whatever the heck you want to talk about. Send it my way, and I'll be happy to answer and help you out the best that I can. And what about that Tecton review? Wasn't that supposed to be done by now? Yes, it was. And there were some things about it that I just don't love. And so instead of just releasing it and not being totally thrilled, I'm going back and I'm fixing it. So it's taken a little bit longer than what this is like a common theme here at New Record Day. Anyways, I need to be happy with it, and your patience will be rewarded. So until next time, take it easy. Have fun. I think we're done here. All right, guys. Good night.